Guten Morgen.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Schön, dass ihr alle da seid.
It's nice of you to be here today.
Guten Morgen, es ist so schön.
Good morning. It is so nice to see you all. I just realized I really like it how full this place is. And with all due respect, you're not here for me or my co-workers, and also not because of the representative of the media convention, but you are here. And my interpretation of this is as of a show of respect for what we do. So thank you very much for that. Very cool.
Ich habe gestern nach einem GIF gesucht zum ersten
Yesterday I was looking for a GIF for May 1st, so as a positive affirmation for people who fight for justice. And I was thinking the search term "stand up" is a good one.
Aber unter Stand Up
But stand up delivered no results in this direction, like demonstrating people or like raised fists.
nicht mal Bob Marley,
Not even Bob Marley, not even Lisa Simpson, or some freedom-loving Jedi Knight.
nur eine endlose
But the app only had endless list of stand-up comedians,
und die Google-Suche war nicht
and
so hilfreich.
Google search also wasn't very helpful. A bit more maybe. So additionally to the stand-up comedians, there was also stand-up paddling.
Und das zeigt, dass
And this shows us that algorithms
Ergebnisse nach oben
just
stellen, die
give us the search results that are most popular
möglicherweise
and that are possibly
größerer Wichtigkeit und Bedeutung sind.
so that obscure possibly those of more importance, and those might be forgotten. So if you ask yourself, what do pop and politics have to do with each other, this is one of the many examples of
Das
that.
Netz als eben solche popkulturelle
The
Projektionsfläche
net as pop cultural projection plane reflects the design of the RP18 today. So you will find green screens on the stages and on many other places, and they are placeholders for whatever you project onto them. So what you see here, for example, is something that people might see out there in the documentation, online, or whatever. And so this is our playful way of like releasing control and showing how dangerous the digital age can be for populists, because it's always harder to distinguish fact and fake.
We had an app developed especially for you, thanks to Chromavit. You can find it under the name Real Life, so please use it. Load up your images onto our green screens and use the hashtag RealLife18. We had to add the 18 at the end because real life is also a very popular search term, and so, you know, it had to be sort of unique. So we're going to collect those images and see what we'll do with them later. A few words on this year's motto. We don't come up with these claims because you can put them on posters and they look, you know, really good, but we really go into lengthy discussions on what are the topics that we want to talk about and that we want to share with you. What are you know, what lies ahead for us? What do we have to confront as a society? And so, with digitization being mainstream now, we're not mainstream, still not, because we're a conference, and who wants to go to a conference anyway? And so, using this theme pop, we're going to open up ourselves a little bit. So there's the Internet Festival, the Netzfest, which will be outside in the park next to the venue on the 5th day of May. And so we really hope that this will grow, just like Republica did over the last few years. And so please have a great time. Thank you.
Ich bin dran.
All right, my turn. Last year, On this stage, many people express their wishes for discursive rooms, discursive places where errors are allowed. And I really hope that this is possible at Republica, because we all know that online, there's this very black and white situation, pros and cons, and there's no gray in between. And so this really divides us and doesn't do us any good. And so the question comes up a lot, with whom are we supposed to talk? With whom are we allowed to talk? And in general, I think that we should talk to everyone. A lot of different people are part of our social communities, part of our families. And if we deny people to participate in conversations, that's not good, in my opinion. And so, but there's a difference between talking to people with whom I disagree or I allow hate speech on stage. So allowing toxic ideologies to be publicized, or even to have historical facts redefined in public. For us at Republica, it's very clear there's no stage here for that. Applause. So, my parents were workers, they didn't go to university, not very well read. But even, in elementary school, I already knew that the N-word was... I already knew the bad implications of that word, and I already knew that racist, anti-Semitic, nationalistic shouting is bad, just because my parents were able to teach me the values of humaneness and mutual respect. And so after over 40 years, we shouldn't, act like all of these values are up for debate. Thanks for being here. Next up, well, one more sentence from my part. So 10 minutes ago, still out on the street, told the German army, the Bundeswehr, which tried to hack us, that we don't want them to recruit people at Republica.
Ich hatte kurz Lust, ich meine, wir haben keine Chance, weil die Straße ist öffentlicher Raum.
So, the street, it's a public space, but still, I would have liked to call the police because, it would have made for such a good YouTube video, Bundeswehr versus the police. So, yeah, this is not on our part. We don't want this, and we told them. So, please, don't be provoked by their advertisement. They have an ad claim involving the word green, but in my opinion, there's enough green in here. Thank you. So we have a rich program this year, and we really try to cover all aspects of this developing digital society. And for because time is limited, this can't be perfect. We have over 950 speakers, even from Australia, and we didn't get a 50% quota for female speakers, but we're at 48, and so we'll keep trying in the future.
Diese Republika wird, wie jede Republika davor, von ganz
This Republica, just like each Republica beforehand, is organized by lots and lots of people. And so we really try to, make this perfect for you. But if you find anything that doesn't, agree with you, please tell us about it and we'll try to improve. So looking at the kids space this year, we really try to take the last few years' feedback into account. And so if you have children, you can just, bring them along now now and enjoy Republica together. And the small children even have their own ball pit. So one of this year's major focus, besides media, besides populism, is AI, algorithms, and that's a huge track in our program because at the moment this really dominates the discourse on internet politics in Germany. And so please watch these talks and raise the question, how are we going to democratically organize these developments? Because taking a wrong turn could possibly lead to dangerous results. All right, Andre. Tanja, Markus, thanks a lot. So, you know, it's not just the pop Republica, but also the most political one so far. And so my job is to say thank you. Thanks to all the helpers and everyone who helped us build this in the last few days. This wouldn't be possible without you. Thanks to all the different teams. We got great feedback this year from the venue. So because everything works so smoothly, and so please give a huge hand to the Republica team. It's really a pleasure to work with you all, and only because this is the case, it's possible for us to develop all these new ideas. But also a huge thanks to our main partners. Nicole, our partner manager, said yesterday that we have over 120 partners from lots of different fields. So the Lab 1886, IBM, the Science Year, the Media Convention. So yeah, please give them a round of applause as well. Thank you.
This is the main overview over our place here. You know how to orient if you've been here for in the last year already. Left of myself, there's a huge new networking area. So if you missed something else, like if you missed the makerspace, it moved over there and it's larger and more impressive than ever. But there's also various catering places, and the weather in the next few days is going to be better and better, supposedly, even though it's already good. And in the halls themselves, nothing has changed too much. The exhibition has grown a little bit. But for your orientation, like to the left is south, to the right is north. And then there's a ball pen. And you should also use the app and use the map on there. And you've seen the video, right? And I have for a long time I haven't played with an app so much like I did with this app. Right. A few news that we have, a few improvements. So on the basis of our qualitative questions that we ask you, we made some resolutions to how to improve. And one thing that we did is like we want to like dive more deeply into different topics and different areas of the industries, and give them the opportunity to come to the Republica, and give them the opportunity to go to their boss and say like, I want to go to Republica because now we have more precise topics. So tomorrow morning, for example, our topic is digital food. In the rooms of the Technik Museum, like one row, one street over. So this is how we want to claim further spaces around this stage, because we realized last year that this is pretty full here. So we want to claim and use more spaces around the station. And our topics, further topics, is experience marketing, women in fintech and digital retail, like every half day in the Technik Museum. And you can use your Republica ticket to go there. Tanja already mentioned another big topic for us was that Republica became more mainstream. And our motto also reflects this. And so we said we want to, with the Netzfest. Okay, so we are getting more mainstream and we're going to be getting more international than the last few years. And we had two other shows in the last few years in Dublin and Thessaloniki. And so today at 13:10 on stage 2 there will be more international activities of us that we will show you. And then on Friday we will announce another one. So keep your eyes and ears open on social media or come by, and I'm happy to be announcing soon something nice. Okay, another thing I want to talk about is the Netzfest. The topic here is that 2007, with living in the net, living online, we as Republica visitors found ourselves, because we already lived online, but the digital community has changed so much. So we thought we need a new name. So how about a digital festival for all the Berlin-based people to transport these topics on a more playful and a more easily recognizable way? And we're thinking about like improving and extending this over the next years. So please come by on Saturday. It's to the south of here on Track 3 Park, and I'm really looking forward to this, and I hope you feel the same and come by. Another topic, we used to announce the date of the next Republica at the end of the thing, but now we switch it around, and so you can plan your travels. Republica 2019 is May 6 to 8, 2019. So please note it down. And I think before I ask Helge and Anja onto the stage, so maybe if you want, Tanja, so I knew you were going to say this, but this is your topic. So what I want to say is, for the last 5 years we've been working together with Media Convention Berlin, and from our part, happy 5th birthday Media Convention Berlin. This has been a collaboration that was very challenging because we're from different worlds, but over the years we just grew so close. Happy birthday. Thank you very much for the awesome collaboration. So please put your hands together for the Media Convention, and thank you so much that we were able to work together in the last few years. And also I'm announcing that have fun. Good morning. Hello.
Alright, I'm just gonna stay here with you so you don't feel lonely. Good morning from the media board. Anja and I are gonna talk about the media convention a little bit. And it's really great each time to stand up here and see all of you. No, we didn't forget about the trailer. They're waiting for my command. But I also want to point out, without you, we couldn't have become one of the most important media congresses in all of Europe. And so, thank you to Anja, but also to Andreas and his team, Johnny, Markus, and Tanja, for these 5 great years of partnership.
Dankeschön.
Thank you.
Ja, ich denke, besser als mit ein paar Bildern hätten wir es nicht sagen können.
Yeah, so we couldn't have put it, better than just showing these images to you. And so here we look behind the scenes of big media productions. We have 3 different sessions, and our motto this year is how people and technologies adapt. Jack Ma, Alibaba CEO, said in Davos that we can't teach children what machines can already do better. But he also said that children have to learn values, independent thinking, empathy, teamwork. This is something technology can't give us, and that's also our position, and I think a lot of you will agree with that. We raised this question because YouTube did in the session YouTube 3.0, is YouTube a good educator? What does this sort of visual education mean? What does it mean for changing workspaces? So we have one on Work 4.0. Hubertus Heil, the new Minister for Work in Germany, will give a keynote on that. And we also have new trends and technologies, and also the volumetric studio in the Babelsberg movie studios, which is a collaboration with the Heinrich Hertz Institute. And this afternoon, 6:30, we're going to look behind the scenes of film productions. We have 25 kilometers per hour. Lars Eidinger is here, the director, and also a new series. And so, yeah, this is going to be great.
We also have, and this is also something I need to add, we have the discussion about the public sending or broadcasting stations, and this is a topic that has been discussed a lot, but in the end you gotta say that the public broadcasting service is a pillar of free speech and democracy in the last few years, and freedom of press and freedom of opinion is in danger, and we see that in the midst of Europe. We just have to look out to our neighbors. This is not very far, and also this is an important topic with us on the media convention. So, with our topic reboot of the public broadcasting service, Patrice Schlesinger will be talking about, with her co-workers from Switzerland and Denmark, how to continue with the public broadcasting service. And also, there's the young ones, and there's our idols. How do our idols mentor our young newbies? And so we have a talk about this, and how do we deal with our idols. This will be on Thursday. We have also the newbies. And so on Friday, there's Polit Talk Reloaded, the new faces. There's Armin Karin, who won a TV award. So we're asking ourselves, how do we get the young people to interest them for new political topics? And so this is why the new generation is also asked to the stage today with us. And we also have big media topics, so the international media scene presents itself. Madeleine Fox will be here, who helps out the British government, and she will go pretty broadly into technology and social responsibility. Fair Internet House, that's going to be supposed to be here. This is Thursday, 16:45. So another thing that we have is Meet the Speaker up in the jungle that is upstairs where stage 7 is. There's a relaxation area, and there's a tent where you can meet the speakers in a small group. And this might be interesting as well, so to interact with the people we invited. Just look at our internet page to read more about it. And now it's Anja's turn. Go. All right. You heard it. It is a huge program. We have worked on this for months, and we thought about what do we do more? Do we do more of this, or do we do more of this, or more of this? We threw away stuff. We recreated stuff. We got cancellations. We decided against stuff, which is also bad. Like for example, I was gonna talk about net neutrality, but the companies didn't want that, and that's also possible. But we have found so many great speakers, and just a few of them. I want to name Jan Gosch. He was at Facebook, and he was like a mentor to Obama, and he's gonna tell us like how are the structures, what needs to be changed. We have a state secretary that will tell us how regulation works. We have intendants. We have great speakers. You have a look in the app, and you will see. What I want to say at this point is that if you start, the question is, what are we doing here? Why do we need a motto? And why this motto? And our motto is adopt versus adapt. And what do we want to say with this? This is the very foundational question. Are digital technologies looking towards the humans, or are humans looking towards digital technologies? And this is going through all the discussions that we have in the network and online. And so this is about responsibility that we all have. And we all have to ask ourselves the question, do I take the easy route or just continue clicking, or do I start thinking, how do I deal with my own user behavior? Which platforms and content do I use? How much data do I give away? And who is deciding what I get to see? And it's my opinion that we shall try to adopt, to use and help out and create in this space. And this has also to do with knowledge that we don't have, knowledge that is only with American companies partly. And we are talking about transparency, and we're talking about like what informations do we need, and we're talking about, do we need alternatives? So what does it help me if I know what data they have about me, but I can't do anything? So do we need regulations? Do we need to take companies into responsibility more? And do we know more about this? For this question, we created the Media Policy Lab, which is a think tank to network media and science and discuss media network policy and discuss these topics and ask these questions. And so these are the questions that will accompany us the next few days on the media convention. I'm on stage 7, so please come by if you want to discuss exactly these topics. We will look at this from all different angles. What are companies doing, like Google and Facebook? What is the journalism doing? Do we need public service broadcasting? Follow the money. What about advertising? What is happening there? We were talking about data privacy, of course. We were talking about influencers. We have a very colorful program, and I'm really looking forward to see many of you there. And I'm super happy that we're starting right now. Thank you very much. Great 5 years. And the only thing to say is, like, use your time to talk, to meet people, and have lots and lots of fun. Thank you very much. Thank you for coming. And from us as well. Have fun.
Danke, Helge. Danke, Anja.